when you just don't sleep for a couple of days and you're fried. Every night I wake up at 3 a.m, no matter what, and I can't go back to sleep. My alarm is set for 6. Really interesting stuff, guys, but it's true. And Jason has opened up his thumb wound. We've had a lot of bad luck with the new studio. And we literally last week had a electrical surge with sparks, a mini explosion, if you will. Anyways, welcome to the show. It's a Powerful Truth, Angels.
Sorry about the audio, guys, from last week.
He's not sorry. I don't think he's sorry about the audio. I'll try to speak into the mic, but I will have, I'm going to have an on-camera meeting with you right now, and I think that the move that we need to do is this. We need to pare down the equipment to make your life easier. We're going to sell all that sound equipment. We're going to get one Zoom with mic attachments. 3, sure. They have 4 fucking... We used to have one. We gave it to Maddie. Maybe even we have Maddie's people send it back. Maybe we do that. I mean, that might take a while, but my plan is to get rid of all... Because we have all this extra equipment. It sounds great, but does it really need to sound that good? Because the iPhone recording wasn't that bad, except when you couldn't hear Jane and you told me to place it in front of us. And I was holding it in front of our faces and you told me not to, didn't you?
Yeah, but
remember I was passing it back and forth like they do on YouTube?
Yeah, but it sounded okay.
But people are complaining about her voice.
That was just because we're on an iPhone mic, I think.
No, I think that someone told me.
Complain about my voice right now.
Someone told me specifically that her voice was very low.
She just talked quieter than you.
Oh,
and then that's, we don't have a mic up to her. Maybe we should have pushed. We probably should have.
I should have done this, which is what I was going to do. I was going to move the phone back and forth. Me, her.
But then you might have been quiet.
No, I would have been on the ball, Johnny on the motherfucking spot. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you guys something. I got I'm going to say that in the history of first quarters of years, this has been, for me, a pretty wild one. A lot of things happening. And not some good, some bad, some just like life, but big things. One is being in the studio, not being in the crib. Leaving the crib was a major event for me. Mm-hmm. Been there for 13 years. I'm kind of like really dug into that place like a motherfucking tick.
Got rid of a lot of things.
Got rid of a lot of things. And moved in with my girlfriend. And that didn't go so well. I'll just say that. And just to I got to speak on. I speak on stuff. I talk about things. Talk about my life. I'm going to touch on it, and I'm going to have fun with it, and that's what I do. But I will say this: I would say
you didn't need the preamble. But
I can. What do you mean I don't need the preamble?
You can do whatever you want.
Thank you. Why do you derail me? Well, I'm very edgy. I've had a couple hours of sleep at night, so I'm like, don't fuck with me today. All right.
Sorry.
If you can help it, actually fuck with me all you want, because if I have a full meltdown, it'd be great, and people love to see it.
No, we'll have other Jason here in a few minutes, and I'm sure.
Why instead of instigating a conversation, you just derail me in the middle of I'm ramping up, I'm getting the fucking gears turning, I'm talking to you. You don't need a preamble. It's wild.
Sorry.
And also even the way you respond and go, sorry, it's again from different planets. You and I grew up on this planet personally. I don't know where you grew up.
Listen, let me know in the comments if you think my behavior's out of line.
No, it's not out of line. It's just wildly bizarre.
I'd like a poll.
I've been watching a lot of I've been rewatching The Walking Dead. Shout out to someone who brought it up, a guy named Jerome I know, who brought up binging The Walking Dead. And I was like, I've seen it before. I've seen the whole thing. I tapped out somewhere before Negan. I came back when Negan comes in. Negan was great. And there's great things about the show and there's not great things, but I'm binging it in a way where it's just background noise. And apropos to my mind state, there's just, I'm napping to zombies. I'm just napping to this, just hatchets. And it's really soothing because it's kind of where my head's at right now, but I will say that all that being said, I just want to say this, that all is well in the world because everything's fine. I'm just going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through some shit, baby. And I will say this, on the Discord or in the comments, please don't fuck with us. Don't give me shit. Don't give Ella shit. It's just there's no point to it. We're friends. It's great. But we dissolved the merger and it happens. And and I have nothing but good things to say about that person. And I don't know if it's even I don't know if I should even talk about it because I don't want anyone to weirdo. I don't want any fucking weirdo to like comment to her or say anything stupid. That's all I'm worried about. I don't care. You can say whatever you want to me, but don't do it because it's not nice. Don't be a dick. You know what I'm saying, Jason? Are you going to say something mean?
No, I was saying you should be a grown up, you know.
Be a grown up. Well, whatever. They're going to do what they're going to do.
People online are real people, folks.
People are real people. People got real, you know, I tell you guys about my real life all the time. Sometimes it's really boring and sometimes it's exciting. You know, it's like everyone loves a little bit of car crash and melodrama and all that shit. And you know, I was talking to our esteemed friend of friends, Maddie Matheson, and I was talking to him today, and I was kind of breaking. I said before I talk to him, I go, listen, whatever you do right now, just be easy. Don't go in on me right now because I'm fragile. And he didn't. And he's what a pep talk the guy gave me. What a great fucking guy. Love that guy. A true friend, actually. You know, and behind the scenes and everything. You know, I fuck with him all the time, but a great guy. And we talked, and it was great. And here I am. And you know, in a room full of tall people, we're gonna have another guest who is not short. Pretty soon today. But I just want to talk. I want to talk to you guys. You know, through all the things I've been through, my garage flooded. My garage / office flooded, which was like, I've never dealt with that. So, you know, I had called some friends and they put things up on shims and you know, all my books warped, which is like, for me, the biggest this is a tragedy for me because I carefully picked out all the books I wanted to keep, put them in boxes, brought them over from one place to the next, shitload of all these art books of like, you know, a friend of mine who's died, a couple of his art books, you know, just really interesting, really, really nice books that I never look at. I just have them. I don't ever look at them. Don't look at, you know, if you have a bunch of art books, they're not there to look at. They're there to think about abstractly and imagine. And one day when you're going through them, you crack them open and go, wow, this book's amazing. But don't look at your books because the best thing about not looking at your books is that you don't look at them for so long and all of a sudden they get warped because your garage floods. So my garage flooded. Now, again, it didn't flood, like it didn't come into the roof because that would have been, everything electronic would have died. It came into the ground. It came through the bottom of the garage and, you know, and I dealt with that. It's, you know, it's, we can deal. We're going to manage it. Shout out to Jason and Steak. Their fucking house flooded. They're in shin deep in water. I can't imagine what the fuck's going on. I couldn't sleep last night and the rain was pounding and I was like, I'm just like thinking about them and like their house is like they're under attack because every time it rains, their fucking basement just floods up a few inches and they can't stop it. And that's the definition of powerlessness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're powerless. Sometimes you experience a lack of power.
Often in the face of Mother Nature. Mother
Nature is going to do what she wants to do. And I say, you know, and also I'm like, when's the earthquake coming? Because it's coming. We're gonna have a nasty one. We're like past overdue, and it's gonna be terrible because there's a lot of people who've never experienced an earthquake here. And let me tell you something: earthquakes are loud, and things shake. And there's that thing that happens after the earthquake where like you see that weird green light in the sky, which is like I think reactor, like electric. Maybe the electric company has a reserve. I don't know what it is, but there's always this big green light from probably like the grid. You know the grid.
Yeah, the electric
grid. Yeah, the famous electric grid. Yeah, a green light in the sky, and it's eerie and quiet, and there's like always like these beeps, you know, alarms, and you know, it's earthquakes. You know, look, we're in a tumultuous time in the world, and on a micro level, I'm in a tumultuous time in my world. But I actually am very, you know, I will say that, you know, I may be neurotic, but I'm not morose. You know, like I feel optimistic about most things, even though, you know, like I'm good in a corner. I'm good fighting out of the corner. You know, that's one thing I know how to do.
Optimistic realist. Is that one way to describe
it?
I'm
a pessimistic optimist, maybe something like that.
Pessimistic optimist.
Yeah. And a realist and practical. And also sometimes I'm a baby and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes
and I'm very smart and good looking.
Thank you, Jay. What a wonderful compliment. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you. I look good for not having sleep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I will say this. Here's the shocking thing I was telling Maddie earlier is that through all the things that have happened top of the year, one thing has been constant, and it's Omar. She's still fucking going, you guys. Omar is, let's get a look at her. Omar, here she is. You know, the groomer doesn't want to clean her anymore because she's like blind and deaf and doesn't like being cleaned. And the groomer's just like, no. And I'm like, just fucking cut her. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just give her a fucking haircut.
Yeah.
The groomer's like pissed off, you know, but this is Omar. She's doing great, you guys. I think she's going to hang in here. I thought she was going to eat it when we moved because she just started pissing everywhere and walking around and started doing all kinds of weird shit. And I was like, oh, it's a wrap for her. Like, you know, and it was like right on the heels of my buddy dying. And I was like, oh, Omar's going to die too. Like, what the fuck, you know? But I didn't think something even more traumatic would happen after that, you know, after the flooding and after the book warping, you know. But Omar's still chilling, and she is, I would guess, I think her percentage has gone up a bit. I think she's at 42%, and that could mean 2 to 3 more years.
Wow.
So, you know, 2 more years, guys.
Before we get too far into the podcast, I do want to say we'll be out of the studio, guys. I would have never thought that in a podcast, the studio would be a deal breaker for people, but they are outraged.
Are they furious?
Two-tone. Let me tell you here.
I'm not listening right now.
They are outraged at the studio space here. Yeah, I mean, they don't like it, so we'll have to discard it despite spending all that money. And
we didn't spend that much money building this. Listen, man, people make mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
We haven't decorated yet. The plan was for me to put a fake mantle back there, but I can't get someone to replicate the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to do a new set, and I think and it's going to be a new version. You guys got to let go. You got to let go and let God, and we're going to do something new. But I guarantee you it'll have some personality. Okay, it's not going to just be this. It's not going to be sterile. If you hang with me, listen, guys, we're doing this live. You're watching this stuff unfold as it happens. There's no goddamn preamble, pre-show, anything to our detriment. We should probably start doing a little pre-show and talking about it, but we just turn the cameras on and we start going and going and going, and you're watching it unfold, and we make mistakes and we stumble, and like Alfred always says, Batman, get up and pull that bat out of your ass.
Mr. Wayne, pull the bat out of your ass.
Mr. Wayne, do you know why we fall? Because you have a bat in your ass. I feel like we're stealing that bit. It's like, I'm so fried that like
nobody owns
we basically, but we've basically like lifted that bit peripherally, so I apologize. I know, guys. I can't help myself. I listen to that show a lot. Mr. Wayne. I can't even do my perfect Alfred accent. Mr. Wayne, do you know why we fall? Why, Alfred? Because there's a bat in your ass. That doesn't even make sense.
That's good.
I did it again. I lifted it again. So anyways, yeah, listen, just walk with us, please. The world is a wonderful place. I will say that. And
it looks beautiful out today. Did you see the mountains?
It's beautiful. I saw the mountains.
You can see clearly now because the rain's gone.
Yeah, the rain is gone. You can see it, but it's been, listen, we've been getting pounded by rain, and we're a place that's not used to getting pounded by rain. You know, we're getting fucked hard, like pounded by rain.
The architecture is not designed for it.
We've been getting pounded. Just our cheeks, a proverbial California cheeks have been getting clapped by rain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Clapped. Like I'm talking.
They're big raindrops.
Big bicep, big pecs.
These are big,
power fucked,
girthy raindrops.
There's a rain. The rain is a giant
rock radio.
The rain has giant biceps, giant pecs, powerful hips, and it's just pounding and holding on. And California's trying to wiggle away, and it won't let it. And it's just giving it everything it's got. And that's what the rain's doing to us. And you know what? California is just laying on the stomach, taking it.
And that's the weather.
That's the weather today. Powerful truth.
You really look like a radio guy with the.
I'm a big radio guy.
Sunglasses.
I had a great idea for a piece of merch that I might do.
Oh yeah.
I have a great idea, and can I tell you now, and you can bleep it because I don't want anyone to steal it.
Yeah, we'll bleep it,
and you'll bleep it. Okay,
it'll be a great teaser.
The shirt just on the front, it's gonna say.
That's great.
How good is that? Because you say.
Yeah.
Beep all that. Don't forget to beep that.
Which I'll also beep.
Don't beep that too,
no
but
hints.
don't. You promise to beep that? We swear to God. And don't beep one and not beep the other.
I will remember this.
You can put this out late Thursday. I don't give a shit.
23 minutes on the dot.
It can be late Thursday. It can be late Thursday.
Okay, all right. I'll probably have to put it out late if I have to bleep 1 or 2 words.
That's going to delay you.
No, that's sarcasm.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you that I'd rather have you put it out late than fuck it up.
Dude, I have a question. Maybe I should save this for when Jason's here, but is irony really dead? Is sincerity the new thing? They've been saying it for years, but what's your take on that? As someone who comes from perhaps
who's saying that?
Some of the most ironic generations and decades.
Who's saying that? My generation.
Lots of people are saying irony is dead, and the sort of cynical irony that was really popular in like the early 2000s, early internet, is dead. And along with being an atheist who wears a fedora and stuff like that.
What? Obama being an atheist?
Along with being an atheist who wears a fedora and stuff like that.
I listen, I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. I had a fedora, but I didn't have it when when Ashton Kutcher was wearing it. I had it before.
Did you post online about atheism?
No, I would never do that.
Okay.
I'm a spiritual person.
Whoa, you ever passed out, maybe with your laptop on your chest after watching some Friends or something, woken up maybe in the middle of the night and realize you kind of let your life slide. You've let a few things slide. Maybe it's parking tickets, maybe it's texting your relatives back, and maybe it's all these subscription services that you've let pile up. At this point, they're completely irreconcilable. Can you imagine having to dig through all those emails, all those bills, figure out all those passwords? It's too damn much to deal with. Guys, let's be realistic here. You need someone to come in and save you. They saved me, digging through all those emails, unsubscribing to all that stuff. Not easy, but Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. They do it for you. They did it for me. And over 80% of people have subscriptions that they forget about, like that streaming service we all bought just to watch one show on, or that free trial that we never even used. Stop sleeping on your money. Stop sleeping on your subscriptions. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/PTA. That's rocketmoney.com/PTA. rocketmoney.com/PTA. Get yourself together.
Irony is dead. I mean, sure. I do think that? Yeah, I'm aware of things. I do think that there is, I think that the younger generation of kids that I've met along the way are way more sincere and better mannered than we ever were. Like really good manners in a lot of these kids, and little kids from the street. Little fucking hoodlums are like sometimes very
into
polite.
the mic.
Sometimes very polite. You can fucking hear me.
I got a lot of complaints about audio last episode, so I'm performatively producing here.
Jesus,
and you have to bear with me because it'll be good for.
Bear with me because I'm hanging on by a thread. And I think it makes for good podcasting because I'm completely manic right now.
Yeah. It's like
right?
your shirt's off.
I'm just yeah. I think that there's a generation of kids who have really good manners, but I also think that like the sincerity thing has gone too far. Like people are overly sincere, and then they pretend, like everyone likes to pretend that they care about things. That's the thing, Mm-hmm. People like handing out money to homeless people, which is like the funny thing about handing out money to homeless people is that it's super douchey, but it's also great to give homeless people money. So it kind of doesn't matter. But when you're doing it on camera, it's wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're doing it because you want people to know that you did it, right? But
no virtue without sacrifice, and you can't make a sacrifice if you're commodifying your virtue. I
mean, I will say that there's nothing like throwing, like sometimes I'm out and I'll see a smoker and he's begging, and I go, here's $20. And I like to watch, and maybe I'm a cruel piece of shit, but I'm also like, I understand the need to have money to get high.
You like to watch him go buy more crack.
No, I don't watch him buy more crack, but I watch him take the bill and kind of take it nonchalantly and then like look at it and open it and be like $20. Like that's huge because it takes him probably sometimes a couple of hours to make $20 begging. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah. No. You saved him a lot of time, I think.
Huh?
You saved him a lot of time without a doubt.
I mean, I think I've even been like blessed someone with $100 after a good night of like just been like the right guy asked me the right way. I'm like, here's $100. I don't give a shit. I just won in cards. So. And sometimes you do that and like, they're just going to go get high. They're going to go smoke, but it's like this night will be a nice night of them getting high. Maybe they'll get sober one day, or maybe it'll kill them. Who knows? You never know. But like, it's like once in a while you got to bless people, but don't do it on camera. It's fucking terrible.
That's nice.
It's nice, but don't do it. Don't even, I shouldn't even say I do it because that's douchey to be like, I did that one. But just, again, honesty, forthrightness, respect, knowledge are the 4 pillars of the powerful truth angels, I believe.
Yeah.
And again,
truth, I think truth would be one.
Wow, he's really doing it. And again, like I think again, this is a relationship and love pod, and we're talking about things. And Jason's going to come in, and I'm going to talk to him about all kinds of stuff. And he's running a few. I shouldn't have said his name.
I already said his name. Did you give him the codes to get in here?
I sent everything you sent. It was like all these different things. So hopefully he figures it out.
I was really thorough.
You're very thorough, almost thorough to the point of confusion.
Yeah, I'm performatively producing.
He's performatively producing. It's so interesting. You're like, wait, I have a question for you.
Yep.
You have 2 cameras going, but they're both in the same angle?
Yeah, well, one is going to be the cool overhead rock radio black and white candid cam.
Black and white?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do. Listen.
No, it's a studio cam.
You cannot drop this thing in black and white without talking to me. That's
not the whole thing. This one, and then
no, I understand that
this is like the cool candid one. You know, I'm switching to it right now.
Do not switch from black and white to color in this.
Oh,
you're not recording in black and white.
No.
Okay, that would be insane.
That's not necessary.
If you were recorded in black and white, I would be likely to have a seizure right now.
What is this? The 1920s?
No. What are you, fucking Martin Scorsese making Raging Bull in a podcast form?
I'm not. So.
Yeah, none of us are. Nobody is.
I'm not doing that. But that was my idea. But you know, I can make it.
I don't think that.
I'll put the little videotape recording thing on it, so it looks candid. You know, like
don't do it. Just cut from one shot to the next. Don't do anything gimmicky.
Okay,
it's pointless. I think I would personally, if it was me, and what do I know? I've never, I don't know anything about what this is.
Yeah.
But I would have two different angles. Yeah, I've never set up cameras or done a 3-camera shoot in college or had a couple cameras running at one time or done BTS or shot music videos or done commercial content or made my own small micro narrative films ever. So
the camera positioning in here is difficult, but
there's four corners in this room. You could literally stick a camera here, and here. I mean, really, if you want to be inventive, you could fucking jack a camera off of that fire extinguisher, with a clamp. I don't know. I don't want to tell you your business, but get some fucking.
It's true. I was going to go handheld.
Listen, get a whole bucket of butyl. You know what butyl is?
No.
You're not in the art department. They have this shit called butyl.
I may have heard of it.
Butyl is just like this sticky gel, and you can just stick it against something and stick that thing against anything. Get a bunch of butyl, stick the camera on the wall. I mean, to be honest, like. We don't need anything but a couple iPhones in here anymore. Like I'm gonna strip this motherfucker down, make it very portable. We're gonna go visit people in their studios. We're gonna shoot in a new place, and it's gonna be, maybe sometimes I'll shoot in the yard, maybe I'll shoot in the backyard. I don't know.
We should go. Yeah. Well, if we're gonna go,
we're gonna take road trips.
Road trips.
I want us to be able to pack this thing into one bag.
Yeah.
The amount of work that you've had to do setting up and breaking down is fucking mind-boggling.
It is crazy. Well, your old apartment was crazy. Look, I think we can, without selling things, be very mobile. But that's horrible.
Jason, we have a huge soundboard and a mixer. We don't need that. Just a fucking Zoom is fine.
Yeah. Well, we could swap. Listen, this is. I could performatively produce right now and tell you, but
why don't you? What? Hey, I got a great idea. Why don't you just fucking produce?
What?
Why not?
But I don't want to. Well, I want to produce, but I don't want to produce on camera. If I'm producing on camera, then it's performance.
Everything is happening live. Like I just talked about my entire life on camera. It's all happening at the same time. Who cares?
Yeah, but your life is interesting.
This is interesting too. People love this shit. You ever heard of the Howard Stern show? They would spend fucking weeks talking to Baba Booey about fucking buttons.
Camera angles? Do they really?
Yeah, of course they would. They'd be fucking.
But their buttons were fun. They'd make like.
No, dude. How do we? It's been a couple years and we still don't see each other eye to eye. You still don't understand me, or vice versa. I definitely am never going to understand you, but I feel like maybe you'd understand me. I'm just going to say this. All that being said, I commend you for how much sweat you've put into like moving shit around.
It's a good exercise. I just realized I need to start doing push-ups and sit-ups because I'm not setting it up in your apartment.
Yeah,
I haven't been for weeks, and my muscles are.
How long would it take you to set up?
Each time?
Yeah,
it was an hour.
An hour to set up.
At first, it was an hour and a half, and then I got it down to 45 minutes to 30 minutes at my fastest.
Jason, we got to get you. I have to get you.
Yeah.
I got to get you at some point like $40,000. I got to.
Okay.
I have to somehow find a way to pay you that much money as like a chunk.
Well, I don't know. If you watched the episode where I was with Dr. Nipples and Clifford, I did say I was looking for 6 digits. So we can talk about that off camera. I don't want to be performative about money, but
5 is for this show is fine. If we, listen, if we got there, I would give it to you. I'm not stingy. I give you whatever the fuck comes in.
Look, if you
rack it up with you,
you had billions. I know.
So listen,
rock radio.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. The biggest trick the devil ever pulled was giving Jason a mic, as they say in the Kaiser Soze sequel.
I pulled it myself.
Kaiser Soze 2.
An episode where you just didn't want a podcast. And I spent an hour setting up, so I was like, "Well,
I commend you for the amount of time you've spent setting up and breaking down. We're gonna make that very simple. I want you to be able to set up in like 15 minutes. I want there to be a Zoom with a couple mics, presets, press play, press record, and a couple fucking stands with maybe even iPhones and a camera, whatever.
Just switch that shit on.
Yeah, boom, just go, and then we can collapse it. 15-minute setup, break it down, put it in a milk crate. Fuck it.
Incredible.
You know what I mean? What do you think?
I think that would be a dream.
A dream. Well, let's make that dream a reality. It's actually, I realized I've been saying this is overkill for a long time, and I've realized it. Listen, as soon as I was able to record an episode on a fucking iPhone, I was like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
It's got to look, it'll look great, by the way, folks. The iPhone is going to look.
I'm talking about the audio. I'm talking about the audio, not the iPhone's great. It's a great camera.
Yeah.
They shot Tangerine on an iPhone. Who gives a shit?
It would look as good.
All the new Star Wars movies are made with an iPhone 6. Everyone knows that.
Just to be clear, folks, we're not going to be scaling down the quality of the show. We're scaling down the
we're making it more portable so we can go places. Don't you guys want to go somewhere with us? Don't you want to go to someone's studio?
Exactly.
I have some great guests lined up. I'm not going to lie. I have been trolling. Not trolling.
Trawling.
I've been trawling
the net with the fish.
I've been like, hey, man, do you want a pod? And people are saying yes. You know?
Wow.
People around the world. Can you guys believe that there was a thing called Hands Across America where people held hands across America? I saw a picture of someone that was in it, and I don't remember where or who. It was some kid, and he was like, I was in Hands Across America, and I looked at it. I was like, this is unfathomable. We could never do that again. There was some sort of purity in the 80s where everyone still believed in white people, and it's true. There was still a hint of white supremacy in the 80s.
Yeah, white people's ability to save the world, especially things like Africa.
Yeah, and was that what it was for? Was for Africa? I thought it was for AIDS.
I mean, everything in the 80s seemed to be indirectly like,
AIDS.
oh, these poor Africans.
Was it AIDS? Or was it Africa?
No, Hands. I think it was just like world unity for Hands Across America.
No.
I mostly know about it from the movie Us. I think it was a major theme in the movie Us.
Hands Across America was.
Yeah. They had it representing like American naivete, like you just described.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they had Live Aid and We Are the World.
Hands Across America was a public fundraising event on Sunday, May 25th, 1986, where 5 to 6.5 million people held hands for 15 minutes in an attempt to form a continuous human chain across the contiguous United States. The attempt to have a complete line of people across the country failed, although the number of participants would have been sufficient to succeed if they had been spread out over the full length of the planned course. The various gaps in line, blah, blah, blah. Why did they do it? The event raised $15 million for charities after operating costs. God damn it. You know somebody was grifting that shit. Because, like, come on. If corruption has been forever, since the days of Rome.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of like in the 60s when everybody tried to make the Pentagon levitate with their minds by gathering a bunch of people. It's sort of the more cynical, propagandistic 80s equivalent of that. It's like the runoff from 60s.
But that's
idealism.
cool. Like making the...
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
A bunch of crazy hippies getting together on acid and being like, let's make the Pentagon levitate. That's sick.
Yeah, this is like the sellout version.
And who knows? Maybe it raised a half inch, you know?
It may have. They certainly got a plane to hit it 30 years later or whatever.
Man, I would love that. I would like to have a bunch of women come over and form a circle around me. Like say like 6 women, wonderful, beautiful women, and focus on trying to make me get a boner.
Yeah.
Just with their minds. And I would probably, in thinking about them thinking about it, I would probably get one, and therefore it works. It's like Pavlov's tree. If it falls in the woods, did it really drink the milk?
Everyone wants to be wanted.
Yeah.
There's nothing sexier than someone who's into you.
There's nothing sexier than someone that's into you. I don't know if that's true.
That's just something people are saying. I'm a fact checker. I'm not.
I don't think people say that. I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Yeah. No, I hear
there's
that all
something
the time.
sexier than there's nothing sexier than when someone's into you.
Yeah, like the most attractive thing is someone being attracted to you.
That's just not true.
You've never heard this?
I've never heard this in my life.
That's a catchism. That's a modern.
Okay, I'm going to look that up because I don't believe it, and I've never heard it because I don't think that I don't think it's attractive when I think that when you think someone's hot and they think you're hot, then that's attractive. That's great, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, what is the phrase I'm going to look up?
There's nothing more attractive than someone being attracted to you.
I love that I'm now doing the.
Well, I can do it, but you need to you're not going to believe me apparently when I tell you
I believe you if you pull it up. You should pull it up. Do you have a device?
Yeah, I got a big laptop.
Well, pull that motherfucker out. What are you thinking? You're the fact checker, man. I shouldn't be doing this.
Nothing more attractive than a person with ambition. Blah blah blah.
Oh, you can't
it's harder to find than I thought.
It doesn't exist. It's not real.
There's nothing hotter.
Nothing more attractive than a man. I'm looking now. Nothing more attractive than a man who is fully committed to his woman.
Yeah, I saw that was the first thing that came up too.
Okay, whatever. Nothing more attractive than a man who's fully committed to his woman.
Sounds like just the basis of his healthy relationship.
I feel like that's like propaganda. There's nothing more attractive than a person who radiates simple, unaffected humanity. How do you radiate humanity? Nothing is more attractive than a man who teaches you things without making you feel like you're dumb for not knowing it. Aisha. Nothing is more attractive than a man who blows my phone up, sends me good morning texts, has me laughing, asks if I've ate, how my day was. Attraction is built on communication. Are you fucking kidding me? Blow your phone up and send good morning texts and ask if you've ate?
No, this is, a lot of people are looking for that. The texting thing.
Nothing attractive than a man who is not a new man. Nothing more attractive than an ambitious man.
That is not a new man, a new male, what they're saying. Like,
nothing more attractive than a woman who has her own. Okay.
They don't want a beta.
I love Google. Nothing more attractive than a man who's determined to succeed and is constantly improving himself and working hard to achieve his goals.
Listen, I'm gonna.
That's me.
I'm gonna walk back my statement.
Walk it back. You fucked up.
It looks like it's not as common.
You tried to float some bogus shit,
or I got the phrasing wrong.
Hold on, we got our guest. I'm a survivor. I mean, you got to listen. You got to get into your survivor mindset. You know, when the going gets rough, as Theodore Alfred Batman Roosevelt says, when the going gets rough, Master Wayne, you pick yourself up and you remove the bat from your penis. I don't know. Listen, guys, love you guys. Jason left the room. I'm just going to say this. He's not going to listen to this. I hope he bleeps those things. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go on record. I do give him a hard time. He is a crazy, insane person, but the amount of dedication he's put into the show is unbelievable. And I do respect his fucking grind set, you know, but I think it's something that, you know, it's the folly of youth, you know, and the energy of youth. And he's a believer in the show. Another believer of the show is coming in now, and our guest is coming in, and he's ducking under the door frame, and he's walking in, and here he is. And no, you can come on this side. I'll move Omar from your seat.
I'm just a cunt hair too loud, sweetheart.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, I think we're good.
That's a big. I learned that term in construction when I was a kid. Cunt
really?
Hair. Yeah.
Like when it's smaller than a millimeter.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just move it a cunt hair. I was like, and as a kid, you're like, wow, that'll sear into my brain forever.
When I first heard it, I was like, I understand this.
Yes.
And I'm not old enough to know this information.
Yes.
You can't say stuff like that nowadays in this climate.
You can't say stuff like that, but here we are. You know, we said it.
So we're being filmed here, and your studio looks great, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we just put it together.
Pro shit.
Ramshackle. We got pro mics, but I've been talking to Jason about scaling everything down and making it portable. Because, Jason, these guys record 3 times a week.
This is not super portable.
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do like a Zoom, some mics, simple cameras, because we're shackled to YouTube at this point.
Yeah.
And don't ever start doing shit on YouTube, because then you're fucked. Because half of our views are through YouTube.
That's a thing that I'm struggling with now. We're waiting to see if YouTube will just give us everything.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it. But otherwise, yeah, it's just too much work.
You guys are very well positioned, and I think that you guys have you got the cachet. You know, you guys got great press. You guys do interesting things, and you guys look great. You guys are always doing photo shoots together.
I like. You don't hear the word cachet as much as I'd like to anymore.
You guys got it. You got that fucking cachet, baby.
Could you describe what cachet means to you? Two-tone, so maybe our listeners who aren't familiar with that
I don't know. I would say cachet is
chutzpah.
No, I wouldn't say chutzpah.
Je ne sais quoi.
I wouldn't say it's close to je ne sais quoi, but I would say cachet is like you just got some intangible. It's maybe tangible, but maybe it's an intangible like stock or credit or like.
It's kind of like what you would call clout in the 80s or 90s.
Yes. You guys, it's a classic way of saying clout. Yes, I'm a cachet chaser.
Cachet is like a reserve, right? It's like a reserve.
That's a cash.
Well, that's one cachet. We're talking about the French spelling and pronunciation.
Yeah.
You're obviously a tech guy, so you're thinking the cachet that you have to clear out of your Chrome browser every night.
Yeah, that cachet. That's a cache.
Tech guy stuff.
So Jason, I want to just touch base with you and say, like,
sorry about the mic.
In the ever changing, okay. He'll just keep interrupting us. Don't worry. In the ever changing, in the ever changing landscape of the size of pants, right? Which, as you know, every 8 years maybe they just inflate and deflate. like the cut, right?
Yes.
Where do you like? Do you follow or do you stay with one size the whole time?
I do not follow anymore at this point.
Yeah, because you've gone past the age of like you have to find a size that works and that's it.
You kind of you pay the cost. You do the rat race. You go back and forth.
Yeah.
Skinny. I was never super skinny though.
You never did that because
No.
you're from the Auk, and I feel like maybe you got into some goddamn skinny jeans.
No, I mean I grew up wearing Beyond baggies. I never went full kickwear.
Yeah.
Jinko.
Yeah.
I kept it reasonable. But then in terms of skinnies, like there's something about like the butt hugging, skin tight with like a big shirt on. It just made me feel like. Just like I was like a 7th grade girl on a sleepover kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a wild look. But, you know, it's...
get you some pussy back in the day, though.
Yes, it would definitely get you some top-notch pussy.
What?
That's Jason. It's Jason.
We got a clean take of that. What about yours? You never did skinnies, though?
There was a point when my pants got smaller. And
yeah, but I mean...
I didn't do like the crazy fucking...
It wasn't like a banana peel.
No, never. I'm not.
Do you have the frame for that?
No, I do. I like how you asked me that question. It's like your kid's going out and he's wearing his Daffy Duck hat, and you go, "You're gonna wear that hat today?"
You think that's a good look?
Is that a good hat for you to go to
the world
parent teacher conference?
Gotta learn the hard way. But yeah, I have some vintage Levi's on now. They're kind of regular.
Yeah,
regular. Like a 5.0. Look at Jason up there. We're gonna want to get you out of those jeans now.
Yeah, those are a regular loose fit. Now my problem is, here's my issue, and I have very big and powerful thighs. My thighs are very muscular, and so
not same.
And it's because I do a lot of like stuff with my legs, and
you do a lot of deadlifting, squatting,
and squatting.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, and also I got to propel all this shit around, so my legs are powerful. And you know, the problem with that is that when the jeans are getting tighter on the thighs, I don't want jeans to follow my form, you know, because what happens is like my form, you're like
trying to get them off the scent. You don't want people to understand all of your curves.
No. I want that to be a secret for me and my betrothed. She'll see my curves on our wedding day.
The first time you and your girlfriend or fiance or girlfriend?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now or later?
Well, no. I've been released into the wild. I've been set, as they would say, set free.
Okay.
Sadly.
Okay.
I'm sad. I'm totally destroyed. I'm just sad about it. But the show must go on, Jason. Thank you, buddy.
I'm sorry. You said future wife, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Well, there will be a series of these kind of foibles for the next 8 months that I'll go, ooh. But no, listen, I have to strap on. You know, you have to go into like. You know, you have to go into your like, okay, it's time for like the Sigma mindset alpha grind mode. I got to work on my fucking Riz, you know, which has been long dormant.
Riz, when you say Riz,
yeah,
could you explain what you mean by that?
Riz is just like short for charisma, aka game.
Okay,
you got to get your game face back on, because you got to go out there and meet another person and trick them with like you take them out a bunch of places and then they fall in love with you, and then you're like, now we're gonna stay home forever. No,
yeah.
I mean, that does happen. I didn't really do that, but
for a sober guy, you've been doing some stony thinking on relationships.
I mean, I'm still pretty stony.
Your third eye has not closed.
I have not calcified my pineal gland as of yet, but I will say that, yeah, I have to start thinking about, like, you know, it's been 3 years, and I gotta get my Riz up, and I gotta fucking get some clothes. You know, it's like time to throw away pants.
3 years?
3 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 3 years, and I gotta get rid of a bunch of pants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to do like it's a spiritual,
it's a new me.
Physical cleansing. And the good thing about it is, like, you get to do the no sleep, no food thing for a while, and then you feel crazy and you look great, which is a good combination, because that's Riz, right? Because when I feel crazy and look great, I'll just say wild shit. And, you know, and then
because what do you got to lose?
Nothing to lose. I've already lost it all.
Okay, have you talked about this already on the pod?
We touched it. I briefly touched on it, but I thought I would, you know, I just would tell, you know.
No, it's that. Well,
it's great fodder. Fodder for the pod.
Not to bring it up, and if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine.
No, I'm happy to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it I don't want to disrespect or turn it into fodder. I'm just touching on it. We can talk about it, but I'm just going to be careful, because I don't want there to be any, like, there is no bad will. There's no like I have nothing great thing to say. Like I'm not that guy. You know?
It was amicable.
Yeah, sad, but like we're still working it out. But it's
hey man, I've been there.
Finito. Yeah, we've all been there, man.
But I guess I wanted to talk around that because that's something I wonder about as somebody who is a podcaster as well, where so much of my personal life is put out into the world.
Yeah.
Whenever I always wondered like what it would be like when a major life thing like that happens, or, you know, a death in the family or something crazy and big happens. How do you navigate talking about like, because the idea of doing like, all right, like the YouTube frame of you like just got dumped and like, we're doing the mom just died episode and it's like a picture of you at the Kleenex, like that's so bad. But you have to.
Am I doing that?
No, I don't think you're doing that. But I'm just saying like you either do that route and try to like cash in on tragedy because it's huge on YouTube, or you just don't say it at all, which is creepy and wrong.
Right.
So you have to try to find what version works for you.
Yeah. If I don't say it, then it's rattling around in my head. And then like, I don't want it to like, the problem with me is that it's like whack-a-mole. If I don't say something and like talk through it, it's just going to pop out and someone's going to be like, man, don't you love trees? And I'm going to start crying because we went hiking once. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like, and I don't want to do like, I don't want to do anything that anyone can twist as being like me talking shit in any fucking way. Because there's nothing to say. It's like the Billie Eilish song, right? I don't want to talk about you on the internet or whatever. It's like that. However that song goes. I know you love Eilish.
She's great.
She's great.
She can see sound.
She is. She's got that what is it?
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia. Yeah.
You can know anyone could just say that. And
I have that actually. So I do have synesthesia. I've always had it. I just don't like to talk about it. Again, I think it's douchey, you know. It's like the same as like
see, I don't know if I believe you or not.
No, I do have it.
You do have it?
Yeah. I actually, when I was a kid,
oh man,
I was
love this.
I had to I mean, I've never talked about this.
You wouldn't bullshit me, would you?
I would never. I don't like to talk about this too much. I don't, because when I was a kid in like the 5th grade, I kind of had I had a meltdown because I was seeing sound and people were talking and I was seeing pink and blue and purple and I completely was like lost my marbles.
You didn't know how to process that.
I didn't know what's going on, and they're like and I thought I was seeing ghosts or hallucinating, and I had to go somewhere for like a couple of days, and they're like, oh, he's got synesthesia, and my mom was like, what the fuck is that? And it's like, well, he sees color, and sound, and then at that age, and then I met Kanye West when I was 6, and I said, Kanye, bigger, faster, longer, harder, stronger.
That's the ticket.
And I said Zionism, and I just dropped those 2 things in his ear, and this is what's happened.
You forever changed
2 words, 2 things, 2 concepts.
Earth. Damn, bro.
2 concepts.
He never forgot though.
What did I forget?
He never forgot.
He owes it all to you.
Yeah, he does.
His whole entire empire.
Yeah.
His political stance. He got that all from 6-year-old you.
He did get that from 6-year-old me. I'm just like a fucking.
Why don't you give that a little twist up there on that elbow?
A twisty up here?
Right there. I know you're a leg day guy, but I think you got some guns on you too, don't you?
I think I got a twist down here, actually.
Oh, okay.
There we go, baby. So
you were a seer in 5th grade.
Yeah, I was seeing, like imagine the horror of row, row, row your boat when it's just producing violent kaleidoscope coloring.
I mean,
why are these why 2 questions. Why is this fucking thing floating down, and why does Jason not care? Should I just follow it? Should I just follow it down? You want me to sit under the fucking table?
Still dialing.
Hold on, let me just sit under here. Is that
Jason? It's time for you to get up out of that comfortable lazy boy and start dialing it in. All right.
I'm now under the table looking at Omar. I'm just following the mic because Jason refuses to help, and all he wants to do is interrupt us and stop whatever flow I have going.
Jason, I don't want to be that guy.
God forbid. And
no, I got it.
Just don't.
This is good. This is good stuff. I mean, it's as a tech guy, I understand all the problems, and it's cathartic to see it all go down.
You're the owner and the client. How about this? How about I just do this?
There you go.
I look like a fucking puppy dog.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's actually the angle you want to be.
You have bomb ass posture right now.
I got some bomb ass posture. What?
Damn, are you single?
Yeah,
all that good posture
yeah.
going to waste.
Yeah, I'm really going to be pushing my posture, you know, as I become, because when you're in a relationship, you start hunching a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, you're no longer peacocking. You're kind of like you're just
steady pussy gets you hunched over.
Yeah, you start to turn inwards, and you know, it's just something about
no one stood up straighter than a dry dick. You know,
it's true.
Let me give you some.
Truer words were never spoken.
And you also have to put it out into the world on the podcast that you are single.
No.
Ask the universe for some more pussy.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I'm not. That's not what I'm after. No. That's not it. That's not the move for me. I think that's rude.
Celibacy swag. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pure for the next 12 months. So where are we at?
No, not 23.
No, not 23. I mean, listen, I was telling Jason this year has been like, this year it's February still, and it came on so fucking hard. So many things happened in rapid succession
in your personal life, as well as the world,
in other people's lives.
The Chinese balloon,
things
like that.
Yeah, the world is constantly.
Jake Paul lost
on fire. Jake Paul finally lost.
You got COVID.
I got COVID. Yep, that happened. I got COVID. I moved into a new house. There was a death in our friend circle. Omar somehow is still alive. My garage flooded. Relationship problems, i.e. just,
damn.
A dissolving of a relationship, and a
lot of tribulations.
But you know what, man? As the guy says on the internet, hard time no make hard man, hard problem. You know that guy? Can I pull him up? I love that guy.
Are you talking about like the Iron Sheik?
No.
Just like a random Russian guy who has...
Let me find. He's not Russian. I think he's from Africa. I love this guy.
Oh, we're doing an African voice. Okay.
No.
Here it is.
I wasn't doing an African voice.
It's a little different over here in Silver Lake.
This guy.
Get it right on that mic.
I got it, Jason. I got it. Sorry. This guy.
You don't have to show me the video. It's okay.
And I fucked it all up.
It's too late.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
Jason! God damn it. Shut up. I'm a little on it.
Tough time never lasts.
Okay, here we go. Let it play, guys.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
That part's amazing.
Okay, the end is where he loses me. The beginning sounds like the beginning of like a hardcore song from 1997, like that little sound bit, and then
tough time never lasts. Open up the pit. Have
Only
you seen
tough man last.
That is pretty much the essence of every like hardcore song, right?
Unfortunately,
yeah.
But I mean, those cute little anecdotes, little movie snips, and things like that.
Yeah,
you like movies, right?
I like movies. Have you heard of a hardcore band called Rambo?
Just a graffiti artist named Rambo.
There is a graffiti writer named Rambo, but there's a hardcore band named Rambo, and I
like it.
One of my favorite DPs, Andrew Wheeler, is in that band, and it's like a wild, artistic hardcore band, and they would like have these shows where people would make cardboard tanks and cardboard boats and like float them through the audience and fight with these like giant vessels. It was like really, it was like on the, on the level of like hardcore music, there's like just like brutal thuggism shit. And then there's just like kind of smart guy, interesting punk shit. And I think that they were on that.
That was leading a little lightning bolt, RISD kind of vibe.
RISD, you get it. Jason gets it, you guys. He said RISD. That's Rhode Island School of Design, Jason.
I know, I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay. He's an asshole.
Boston hardcore too, bro.
Yeah.
Boston hardcore.
All of that.
Low-key kick both of our asses. I probably think so.
Jason?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said he terrifies me. One day he's just going to break my neck.
People have been saying that a lot recently.
Yeah, because he's a scary guy.
Really? Have you been getting it in at the gym? Is that why?
No, not even close.
Okay. But the rage is building inside of you?
I mean, honestly, yeah. I was just talking about how I can't contain my stress as well, so...
Don't take it out on a guy's face, all right?
One step closer to the edge.
And I'm about to break.
Have you tried CBD? Is there something
CBD.
fucking funny about CBD, bro?
Well, you can't be on CBD all the time. That's the only...
Oh,
he
can you? Says who? I'm on THC all the time.
He blazes the cron. Are you high right now?
I took a gummy. I didn't smoke weed.
Oh,
but it was like hours ago, so it's pretty much worn off.
Are you like a daily kind of like pop a gummy, smoke a joint guy?
I pop a gummy before I go to the gym, just to focus. I know.
I was just talking to
it helps keep me from being distracted.
I was just talking. I went hiking with a friend of the pod, Jason from Miracle Water, and friend of your pod too, in a way.
Yeah.
Tangentially.
Poor guy got flooded out, huh?
He got flooded out. Yeah.
Bummer.
I was hiking with him, and we were just talking about
Great seltzer.
Great seltzer. A wonderful seltzer. The antithesis to a liquid death is Miracle Water. That's my pitch.
Yeah.
So
fuck liquid death.
Fuck
Suck
liquid
my
death.
dick, liquid death.
Suck all our dicks from the back.
Unless you have a lot of money.
Bend us all over in a row, butt to butt sideways, and suck our dicks from the back one at a time or all at once. Yeah, I was hiking with him. We were talking about people that smoke weed and go to the gym. And I was like, I've never been that guy. The minute I smoke weed, it's like, I'm like, how can I get more comfortable? How can I just check out? Like, I want to watch TV. I need a pizza. That's me.
I don't have enough dips.
Yeah, I need more dip. I need to get in the perfect
Is
position.
there a way I could pee without getting off the couch?
Yes.
Colostomy bag.
Yes. Can I pee in this jar that I'm drinking out of? But you're one of these psychos who, it's like you and like Snoop can like take weed in and just do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not getting Snoop Dogg Blaze. I'm taking like a 10 milligram edible and then going to the gym for a couple hours, have a sauna, have a cold shower.
What a classy gentleman. As it was
Bing
intended.
bang, you come out a new man.
Look at him. He's so relaxed. He's so poised and calm. He's like the yin to my manic yang right now.
Because I'm high as hell, bitch. Yeah. No, I'm not.
He's literally high as a kite, figuratively and literally.
But you should try, well, not you, but listeners should try working out on a little bit of gummy. It can be distracting at first, but once you like calm down, it really helps you focus on like exactly getting like good proper form and things like that.
Like feeling the burn.
Feeling the burn, but like you can almost, the same way you could see color.
Yeah.
I mean, see sound.
Yeah.
It sort of lets you see the inside of your inner workings of your body and like how your feet are on the floor and how those things are all connected,
All the things that my trainer yells at me about doing.
The mind-body connection. Yeah, exactly.
All I need is a gummy. And just to be clear, I can't see color, but I can hear color. No, I can see sound, but I can't see color. I'm colorblind, but I have synesthesia at the same time. It's a real conundrum.
Yeah. Sound like Modest Mouse lyrics over here.
Yeah, it's like Decemberist. It is a Modest Mouse song, right?
I can see sound. Yeah, okay, go. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I wish you would have. Listen, like and subscribe. You guys love the show. You're dedicated to the show, as are we, because we're hanging on no matter what. And the thing is, in order to keep this thing going, we have started a Patreon. And there's a lot of people on the Patreon, and they're contributing $5 a month. And I will say to you this. You spend $36 a day on Postmates. You spend, I don't know, what's your weekly rental, Apple movie rental budget, weekly?
I mean, at least $5.
$18 maybe a week in rentals.
That's for sure. Those things are almost $5 a pop.
They're more. Sometimes they're $7. Sometimes if you can't wait, you just laugh at yourself. Yeah. Listen, it's a call to action that hopefully he doesn't derail me again, but it's a call to action. And the action is to subscribe to the Patreon. Oh, unless you're like a completely cheap baby who doesn't want premium content and doesn't want to hear the second part of the show where all the good stuff happens, and that's where I actually really cuss and say dirty words and talk about sex. And everybody wants to hear that. Everyone wants to hear about our sex lives, and also I dish dirt on guests. I talk about what's really going on behind the scenes. I tell you guys secrets to life, and I also give you guys crypto tips because crypto's doing great, and I let you guys know in on everything. So look, join the Patreon, like and subscribe, like it, subscribe, like it. Okay, subscribe, like, follow. Do that. Follow, get on YouTube, follow. Subscribe and like it. Do that. Get all that sorted. Bundle, like, subscribe, fuck it. But get on the fucking Patreon. We're all in there. Everyone's having a good time. All your friends are there. We're hanging out. We're in the Discord. We're talking every day. There's a community. There's like 20 different fucking threads on the Patreon. They're talking about, I check in there all the time. There's guys going on talking at length about exercise.
There's another one about video games.
He'll talk to you about video games. They're talking about art. They're talking about with animals, like they're roasting each other. It's a whole world happening, a micro world. We're just a little microcosm inside the cell of an amoeba that's on the nose of a bacteria, that's on the fucking back of a flea, that's on the back of a dog, that's walking around on a planet, and that planet is actually in a microcosm on top of the tier of a beetle, and that beetle is walking across a branch, and that branch is connected to an actual mitochondria, and it just, instead of expanding, it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and tinier. And that's us. We're just so big that we're tiny.